What's up guys, welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max and today is a special day because we are taking a look at Martijn's personal car. So we've had a lot of questions over the past few years asking, what do we drive ourselves? What do we drive daily? And well, the answer has always been quite boring until a few months ago when Martijn bought this mini Clubman Cooper S. It's the R55 model, so the second gen new Mini, and well, he has done some things to it and that's why we are reviewing it now. So let's start by taking a look at the exterior of the car, because it is brown, chocolate brown, which I personally think is the best color for this Clubman. And well, he has really changed the look of this car because he has changed everything that was chrome into black. So for instance, these little side scuttles, all these things around here, the window sills, the mirror caps, the rings around the headlights, the hood scoop, the grille, these little washer thingies, the door handles, the Cooper S logo down there, these door handles, and the fuel filler cap. So that really changes the look of the car and gives it more of a cool look, if you ask me. He also changed the wheels, so as standard it came with black Cooper S wheels, but these are John Cooper Works wheels, R112, which I think are the best wheels for any Mini ever. So I have to be honest, this is Martijn's car, so I can't sugarcoat it. I think this looks really, really cool. I think this is the best look for a Clubman. So these wheels have been plasti dipped, or I don't know if that's an English word, but that's how we call it. So it's sort of a spray, and as you can see here, it's starting to let go around the wheel nuts. So he is planning to powder coat the wheels to, in gloss black, so that the color will last. And of course we've got these weird little mini doors, the suicide door, which it has only on one side and which provides easy access to the rear, and these van style doors at the back. It's a bit of a quirky car and some people hate it. I actually really like it. On the interior we've got brown leather with beige piping and the worst sound known to man. I mean, seriously, it's everywhere, this sound, everything you do. So it's because the lights are on, I think. Yeah. So this sound is actually used by the CIA to torture people. But let's move on. He also changed the steering wheel, so there are apparently 3 really good people in the world, one's in the US, one's in England, and one's in Holland, to change these steering wheels and to make them with Alcantara and 12-hour mark and all this cool stitching. And this one's from England, but there are so many cool parts available for these cars, and it's just, you can do so much to your car. So let's take a look under the hood. So there we have the N14 1.6 liter turbo engine, which was developed by PSA, so Peugeot, Citroën and BMW. It's a great little engine, but it had some problems. So the water pump, the timing chain and the pistons were 3 problems that they all had, really. So the previous owner changed 2 of them and Martijn changed the last one. So if you have a Mini or you're thinking about getting a Mini, of this gen, really take a look and check if those things have been changed. The engine that came after this, the N18, those problems were solved. So really take a look at that. So Martijn also changed the air intake. This is an AEM air intake. Also the stud brace, stabilizer, and well, normally stock this scoop doesn't really do anything. It's not hooked up to the air intake. But now with this, they built this little thing to get air through here into here. So it's actually functional now, which I think is really cool. So let's take it for a drive. Most annoying sound in the world again. Let's start it up. Okay. So some other things Martijn has changed. Bigger intercooler by AirTech. And an ECU remap by Bytetronic, which is supposed to be the best in the world to do this kind of thing. And it should deliver 230 horsepower now, which is quite a lot. As standard, this car has 174 horsepower and 240 Newton meters. So now 230 horsepower and I think well over 300 Newton meters. The exhaust is fully stock, but the remap guy also built in some pops and bangs in the software, so you will hear that it's quite awesome. So the sunroof is slightly opened for some extra sound, of course. And I haven't driven it, so let me just say that. I haven't driven it since the remap and all the other changes. I drove it when it was stock, and 174 horsepower is fine. I mean, it's enough, it's quick, but it's not really extreme or super fast. Okay. He also has a decat downpipe from Evolve. And well, those bangs are super cool. So just listen to this. I'm in normal mode right now. So when I put it in sport, it's supposed to get even louder. Turn off traction control, because with this power, you know, otherwise it just keeps cutting the power. Okay, so we've got a little bit of torque steer. This car doesn't have a limited slip diff, and to be honest, if you are going to, you know, want even more horsepower than this, I think you are going to need a limited slip diff, because it's just too much for this car otherwise. Yeah, it pulls quite hard on the steering wheel. But those bangs are super awesome. So little wheel spin. We picked this car up yesterday at Coches Auto in Beringen in the Netherlands, which is the mini specialist where this car is serviced. And it was super wet yesterday. This car is on Michelin Pilot Supersport tires, so that combined with the wet tarmac and this amount of power is just too much. I mean, it's a little damp right now and it's already struggling. But this setup is super nice, because This is just a stock exhaust, as I said, but because you have that decat downpipe, and that air intake, of course, it just breathes a lot more. It has a great sound that's not too intrusive. It won't drive you crazy. I mean, and that torque is much more available, and of course it's higher, but it's also earlier. So when you select a gear that's maybe, you know, a bit too high, it still pulls through it really nicely. So some other plans Martijn has with this car. Well, he wants to install a short shifter for the gearbox. He wants a John Cooper Works big brake kit. He wants a KW suspension kit. Maybe a Miltech exhaust sometime in the future, or just the rear silencer. So first gear is a lot of wheel spin, but when it gets traction, when it hits that point of traction, it really goes. So top speed of this car is 224 kilometers an hour. Click up here to check out the Autobahn POV Martijn made earlier. Stock. So later on today we're going to take this tuned version to the Autobahn and see, well, what it can do. As you may have seen on our channel, we have launched our second watch. This is it. It's called the Turismo, limited to 50 pieces, with a brown leather strap and rose gold. So if you're interested, or if you just want some more information, go to ignitioncollection.com to check out our watches. And with that, I'm going to drive Martijn's car a bit more and a bit harder. Oh man, it does have some torque there. And if Martijn does anything else to his car, if it gets even more cool, of course we will keep you updated. And for those who are wondering why we're not reviewing my car, well, I drive our Jaguar X-Type diesel, so not that exciting. Martijn's car is much more exciting, and I think personally he has done a great job with his car. I think it's super cool. It's really fast, it's fun, it sounds great. Those bangs, I mean, it's a bit childish maybe, but I really love them. They are really loud. So let us know, guys, what do you think of this car? What would you do to your car? And well, what do you think Martijn should do to his car? That would be interesting to hear. So subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. You can click the little icon in the bottom right corner, and you can follow us on social media. Just search for AutoTopNL. Thanks guys, bye.